Hollywood is known for its dazzling transformations, but some of the most powerful changes happen off-camera. Behind the glitz lies a deeper kind of courage, the strength to live authentically. In this video, we're celebrating incredible transgender stars whose journeys will inspire, move, and truly amaze you. And trust me, you won't want to miss the final story. It's one that will stay with you long after the screen fades to black. Chanel West Coast found herself at the heart of one of the internet's strangest and surprisingly hilarious rumors. According to The Buzz, some people actually believe that Lee Norris, the brainy kid with big glasses who played Stuart Minkus on Boy Meets World, transitioned and became Chanel West Coast. If Minkus doesn't ring a bell, picture a blonde, bookish little guy with thick-rimmed specs. Adorable, nerdy, unforgettable. Because of their oddly similar appearances, the theory caught fire online, leaving people genuinely wondering, wait, could this be true? Let's set the record straight. Lee Norris and Chanel West Coast are not the same person. They've always been two entirely separate individuals, each with their own unique careers. Lee Norris never left Hollywood. He stayed busy with roles in Girl Meets World, The Walking Dead, and even the thriller Gone Girl. Still, the wild rumor has been so persistent that it sometimes overshadows his work, with people joking that he disappeared only to re-emerge as Chanel. As for Chanel West Coast, she's built her own spotlight. From spitting bars as a rapper to stealing scenes as the energetic receptionist on Rob Dyrdek's Fantasy Factory, she's become known for her humor, charm, and bold personality. When asked about the bizarre mix-up, Chanel took it all in stride. She admitted she felt a little bad for Lee, since the rumor made some folks think he had vanished from fame. But she also made an important point. Transitioning is a deeply personal and serious journey, not something to turn into a punchline or internet joke. Despite the confusion, Chanel has continued to shine in her own right, proving she's much more than a mistaken identity. She's a star all her own. Anthony Perkins, forever etched in Hollywood history as the chillingly brilliant Norman Bates in Psycho, led a life behind the scenes that was just as riveting as anything he portrayed on screen. Rising quickly to fame, he earned an Academy Award nomination for Friendly Persuasion and captivated audiences with his charm and talent. But while the cameras adored him, his personal life unfolded in quiet complexity. Perkins navigated a world of hidden desires and secret romances, forming deep connections with famous men like Rock Hudson, Tab Hunter, and Rudolf Nureyev, relationships kept out of the public eye in an era that demanded silence. Then came the twist no one saw coming. He married photographer Barry Berenson, who was 3 months pregnant at the time. The announcement shocked many. Actress Venetia Stevenson confessed, "I was stunned when I heard Tony got married. I thought, no way, Tony's totally gay." Despite the whispers and doubts, the couple built a life together, raising 2 sons and remaining devoted until Anthony's tragic death in 1992 from complications related to HIV. His legacy isn't just the unforgettable terror of Psycho, but also a deeply human story, one of love, secrecy, courage, and a man who lived between the lines of fame and forbidden truth. Chaz Jennings is more than just a name. She's a trailblazer in the transgender community and a beacon of courage for young people everywhere. From a very young age, Chaz knew exactly who she was. At just 6 years old, she sat across from Barbara Walters and boldly declared to the world that, while she had been assigned male at birth, she had always known she was a girl. Even as a child, Chaz exuded confidence and femininity, clicking around the house in high heels, gently correcting her parents when they slipped up with pronouns, and dreaming that maybe, just maybe, a magical fairy would come one day to make her outside match the girl she always felt inside. What made Chaz's journey especially powerful was the unwavering love she received from her family. Their support gave her the strength to embrace her identity and later, to share her truth with the world. Through the TLC reality series I Am Chaz, she invited viewers into her life, its milestones, its struggles, and the deeply personal moments of growth. By choosing visibility over silence, Chaz helped transform how the world sees transgender youth. Her impact was undeniable, landing her on Time magazine's list of the 25 most influential teens in 2014. But beyond the accolades, It's Chaz's unshakable self-belief that truly stands out. When asked how she deals with hate and negativity, she simply says, "The only opinion that truly impacts me is my own, because I decide who I am." Chaz Jennings continues to shine as a powerful voice for authenticity, proving that living your truth is the most beautiful form of bravery. Chaz Bono's journey has been one of courage, transformation, and quiet strength. When Sonny and Cher welcomed their daughter Chastity into the world in 1969, they couldn't have imagined the path their child would one day walk. Born into the blinding spotlight of Hollywood royalty, Chastity grew up as the child of music and TV legends. But behind the glitz and the headlines was a quiet struggle, one that few could see. From early on, something didn't feel right. The dresses, the expectations, the public persona, none of it matched how Chastity felt inside. It was like living in someone else's skin, trying to play a role that never fit. As the years passed, that inner conflict only deepened. She wasn't the woman the world believed her to be, and deep down, she knew it. But how do you rewrite your story when the world has already written it for you? Especially when your mother is Cher. In the late 2000s, Chastity made the brave decision to live authentically. At 40, he began his transition, embracing life as Chaz Bono. Hormone therapy and gender-affirming surgery marked a new beginning, one where, for the first time, mind and body were finally in sync. But Chaz's transformation wasn't just personal, it was historic. He broke new ground in Hollywood, becoming the first trans man to play a male role in a feature film. From The Secret Life of the American Teenager to American Horror Story, his work not only made headlines, it challenged norms. Even Cher had her own learning curve. She's admitted to the occasional slip-up with pronouns, but her love for Chaz has never wavered. If anything, it's only grown deeper, and honestly, how could it not? Andrea Pedic's journey is a powerful testament to identity, bravery, and becoming who you truly are. Before stepping into the spotlight as a groundbreaking female model, the world first knew her as Andrea Pedic, a striking male model who turned heads by confidently strutting down runways in women's fashion. Her bold androgynous look made waves in the fashion world, earning her fame and admiration. But behind the glamour and flashing cameras, Andrea was quietly battling a truth she could no longer ignore. She wasn't meant to live life as a man. Born in Bosnia and raised in Australia, Andrea always felt different. As a child, slipping into her mother's clothes or experimenting with makeup brought fleeting moments of peace, but also confusion. Society offered strict definitions of who she was supposed to be, and she didn't fit into any of them. Still, the fashion world embraced her uniqueness. She walked for the most elite designers and graced runways across the globe. Yet, all the praise and success couldn't silence the voice within. In 2014, she made the courageous decision to transition and live openly as Andrea Pedic. It was both a deeply personal victory and a professional gamble. Would the world still accept her? The answer came loud and clear: yes. She made history as the first transgender model to appear on the cover of GQ Portugal, and her star only continued to rise. Looking back, Andrea might whisper to her younger self, "Be patient. Your truth is not a burden, it's your power." Leverne Cox is nothing short of a trailblazer. She broke barriers as one of the first openly transgender actresses to gain mainstream acclaim, captivating audiences with her unforgettable role as Sophia Bursett on Orange is the New Black. Her portrayal of a transgender woman surviving life in a women's prison was not just powerful, it was raw, heartfelt, and deeply human. Born in Mobile, Alabama, Laverne knew from a young age that she was different. While other boys gravitated toward sports, she found joy in dance and other traditionally feminine pursuits. But her self-expression came at a cost. Teased, bullied, and misunderstood, Laverne endured cruelty that would break most spirits. Raised in a deeply religious home, she was made to feel ashamed of who she was. The pain ran so deep that, in 6th grade, she attempted to end her life by overdosing on pills. But Laverne survived, and that moment of darkness became the spark for her transformation. She later moved to New York City, where she embraced her truth and began her transition. With grit, talent, and fierce determination, she carved her own path. Her breakthrough in Orange is the New Black didn't just open doors, it shattered ceilings. Through Sophia, Laverne gave voice to countless transgender people who had never seen their stories told with such honesty and grace. Off-screen, she's become a fearless advocate for transgender rights, speaking out against injustice and standing up for those still finding their way. Her courage has inspired millions to live authentically, no matter the fear or the fight. Leverne Cox didn't just change the game, she changed lives. Amazon Eve, born William and now proudly known as Erica Irvin, has shattered barriers as both a groundbreaking supermodel and a bold actress. Towering at an astonishing 6 feet 8 inches, 2.03 meters, she holds the record as the tallest female model in the world, a presence impossible to ignore. But Erica's story isn't just about height. It's about identity, courage, and transformation. When she made the life-changing decision to come out as a transgender woman, it wasn't without fear. Actor Bill Skarsgård, a close friend, once jokingly yet wisely told her to start sharing her story in Sweden, a country known for embracing diversity and progress. She first gained attention on the catwalk, but Hollywood soon came calling. Erica is best known for her unforgettable role as Amazon Eve in American Horror Story, Freak Show. Ironically, the role was originally written for a man portraying a woman. Erica auditioned in male mode and only revealed her truth after landing the part. Her powerful performance, especially alongside Jodie Amge, the world's shortest woman, created a visually stunning and symbolic portrait of individuality and strength. For years, Erica struggled with insecurity about her height and endured cruel teasing. But today, she owns it with fierce confidence. Her journey wasn't easy. Her transition led to a painful estrangement from her family. Yet she chose to live authentically, trading approval for self-respect. Now, Erica Irvin is more than just a model or actress. She's a symbol of resilience, reminding others that true beauty comes from owning who you are, no matter how tall the challenge. Carrie Grant, born Archibald Alexander Leach, was more than the silver screen's most charming leading man. He was part of one of Hollywood's most whispered-about love stories. Behind the debonair smile and impeccable suits was a deep, unconventional romance with fellow actor Randolph Scott. The two met on the set of Hot Saturday in 1932, and what began as a professional connection quickly blossomed into something far more intimate. They moved in together and shared a home famously dubbed Bachelor Hall, a stunning residence even featured in Architectural Digest. But their bond went far beyond shared walls. It was a quiet, profound partnership that defied the era's rigid expectations. Despite constant pressure from Hollywood to keep up appearances, and despite both men eventually entering marriages, their connection endured in the shadows. Close friends would later recall tender, private moments. Carrie and Randolph holding hands at the Polo Lounge late at night, glimpsed only by observant waitstaff. Though neither man ever publicly acknowledged the true nature of their relationship, those who knew them understood it was something far deeper than friendship. When Carrie Grant passed away, Randolph Scott followed just months later, one final echo of a love that quietly stood the test of time. Their story remains one of Hollywood's most poignant hidden romances, a reminder that even in silence, love can speak volumes. Fallon Fox didn't just step into the MMA cage, she stepped into history. Born in Toledo, Ohio, Fallon always knew she was different. As a child, she felt an unshakable connection to girlhood, even though the world around her refused to see it. Trapped by rigid gender norms and misunderstood by those closest to her, Fallon's early life was marked by pain and rejection. Her mother cut ties completely. Her father, unable to accept her truth, subjected her to harmful conversion therapy in a misguided attempt to fix her. But Fallon never let that darkness define her. With no family support and nothing but sheer conviction, she began her transition on her own terms. It was a journey filled with emotional and physical trials, but also one rooted in courage and self-respect. In 2013, Fallon came out publicly, making history as the first openly transgender fighter in mixed martial arts, a sport already tough for women to thrive in. The backlash was immediate. Critics accused her of having an unfair advantage, overlooking the medical and personal realities of her transition. Before the world knew her truth, Fallon was just another fighter. After she came out, many treated her like she didn't belong. But she never stepped back. Inside the cage, Fallon fought with skill and grit. Outside, she battled ignorance and transphobia with unwavering resolve. She stood tall, not just for herself, but for every transgender athlete told they don't have a place in sports. Fallon Fox's legacy isn't just about punches and victories. It's about bravery, resilience, and the ongoing fight for dignity and inclusion. Carmen Carrera first stepped into the spotlight on RuPaul's Drag Race, dazzling audiences with her talent and charisma. But it was after the show ended that her most courageous journey began. Embracing her truth, Carmen began her gender transition, a decision that challenged how others perceived her. Many still saw her as a drag performer, not the woman she truly was. Refusing to be defined by others' views, Carmen became a fierce advocate for trans visibility, especially after calling out the show's controversial female or she-male segment. Her stance drew both praise and criticism, but Carmen never backed down. She stood tall, demanding dignity, inclusion, and respect for the transgender community. Today, she thrives not just as a successful model, but as a powerful voice for change, proving you can be bold, honest, and still build bridges, even with those who may not fully understand your truth. Then there's Gina Rosero, whose story made headlines when she fearlessly came out as transgender during a moving TED Talk in 2014. Revealing that she was assigned male at birth, Gina's words shook the world, but behind that moment was a lifetime of strength. At just 5 years old, she told her mother she was a girl. With her family's unwavering support, she began her transition and underwent gender-affirming surgery at 19. Long before her public revelation, Gina had quietly built a career in the modeling industry while hiding a part of herself. Her TED Talk wasn't just a coming out, it was a declaration of self-love and courage. Now backed by a major modeling agency, Gina uses her voice to champion diversity in fashion and inspire others to live openly and unapologetically. Thanks for watching. If these stories moved you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more powerful journeys like these. Until next time, stay inspired and stay true.